We have a gentleman, Rocco Merolli. Am I saying that right, Rocco?
Merolli.
Yep. Rocco Merolli. I got to meet Rocco through a family member who works with, or I guess you could say works on Rocco.
Yes.
And with, too.
Yep.
But, Rocco, you have SPS, or what's more commonly known as stiff person syndrome.
Yes.
And you are putting on a benefit show at Halligan's Bar in Auburn on Sunday.
I am.
As a benefit to research this. It's a fairly rare disease.
Yeah, it affects, the current numbers are thought to be between 1 and 5 per million.
Oh, wow. So very rare.
Yeah.
But for a point of reference, I guess, Celine Dion.
Correct.
This is what prevents her from going on tour and doing a lot of live work is because she suffers from SPS.
Yeah, so she came out with her diagnosis a couple of years ago. I happen to know the doctor that she's working with. She put out a documentary that really shows at the end of the documentary, what it's like to go through an episode.
Yeah.
So stiff person syndrome, in the most general way of speaking, is in our brains, we have something called inhibitors, and these things stop, an inhibitor is something that just stops something from happening. We lose these inhibitors, and for one reason or another, for mine, it's called the glycine receptor alpha-1 antibody, which, as a fun fact, is the main ingredient in strychnine, the
oh, wow.
the rat poison.
Oh, wow.
So my body automatically creates rat poison.
Oh, God. And is that what starts an episode?
Yep. So
my God. So like a strychnine-like chemical is produced.
Yes, the main ingredient.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And how that works in rats is it seizes them to the point where they can't breathe anymore and die. How that works with me is it creates an entire body, it can create either singular muscle group spasms or full body spasms. The biggest difference is if you think of a Charlie horse, for instance, right? Right. Charlie horse is super painful.
Yeah.
In our bodies, we have an agonist and agonist muscle, an agonist and an antagonist. So one's pushing and one's pulling. In normal people, you can only have one cramp at a time. So if you have the agonist muscle cramping, the other one can't cramp. In SPS, but both can cramp at the same time.
Oh, geez.
Or entire muscle groups. So for me, I can get cramps from my chin to my toes all at once.
Oh, my gosh.
Like
a Charlie horse type, like you just said.
A Charlie horse, but mine doesn't have an inhibitor. So mine, it's like my muscles are literally trying to go...
Like seize up?
To actually try and crunch into each other. They're actually, almost seems like they're trying to, come to a point.
Oh.
An entire thing that comes to a point.
Like physically just getting smaller.
Tighter and tighter and tighter, trying to collapse in on itself. So, I've had 4 episodes where I've had back cramps that have actually broken vertebrae in my back.
Oh, my God. Oh, because of the muscles.
Because the muscles
are shrinking.
The muscles tensed so hard that they were cracking vertebrae.
Oh, jeez.
And so, I have 7 cracked vertebrae through 4 episodes. I got a lot of deformities through me and stuff from just constant rigidity. But SPS is also important to know. In the medical community, they're trying to change it from SPS to SPSD, which stands for Stiff Person Spectrum Disorder, because this disease is on a wide spectrum.
Okay.
So people present in different ways, and it takes, on average, about 7 years to be diagnosed.
Oh, my gosh.
I went 27 before being diagnosed.
Wow.
So, the reason for this research, the Stiff Person Syndrome Research Foundation is looking to advance both something called a global registry for registered SPS patients, so that they can get larger sample trials, for better research. Having sample sizes of 10, 12, 14 does not do a lot of good, when you're talking about thousands of people.
Right.
So the Stiff Person Syndrome Research Foundation is trying to create this global registry that's not tied to any hospital and will allow, medical researchers to get much larger sample sizes and do better, research based on larger sample sizes.
And that's why you're putting on the show at Halligan's on Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah, to raise money for the research part.
For the research part,
Yeah.
And the other thing that they're doing, they have basically two main goals other than to raise awareness. The other one is that there is no universal diagnostic criteria. So one doctor might decide you have SPS, another doctor might decide you don't have SPS. This is why it can take 7 years or more to get an actual diagnosis. And there's so few experts in this disease because it's so misunderstood that it's very hard to find a doctor that, like, for instance, I have a neuroimmunologist at Yale, but they direct everything for me up to UMass.
Okay.
But I have to drive to New Haven and Yale twice a year to see my main doctor for SPS, and he's about the closest one.
Now, does it just strike people at a certain age, or is it all ages that this affects?
So the most common age that it starts to kick in is between 35 and 50, I believe.
See, now again, and I'm trying not to make light of it, but I can see how it would be hard to diagnose because that's about the age I started having trouble rolling out of bed in the morning because I'm just old, and out of shape. All my bones start creaking at that. So it's kind of hard, right, to tell, is this SPS or am I just old and out of shape?
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. And that's the thing is especially in the early stages, if it's not caught, so this is a progressive disease for many people. Not everybody, but for many people. The earlier the disease is caught, the quicker you can stop, cease or slow the progression of the disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the gig on Sunday. Halligan's is a great place for live music because they have a great sound system.
Oh, yeah.
They have bands on a regular basis. They know how to do it right. They put on big shows. And so you chose there to have the rock and the hard place benefit. That's what you're still calling it, right?
I think it's actually like Rocco's Rock and SPS benefit.
Okay.
The Rock and the Hard Place is my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And somehow that just ended up on the flyer as a picture.
But that's happening on Sunday. Now, you're asking for a $20 donation, and again, all that money will go to SPS research.
Yes, so it'll go directly to the Stiff Person Syndrome Research Foundation.
And then you get some live music going on, and Graves, Say Uncle, The Verge, and Diva will be playing at Halligan's. It starts at 1, so it's Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day.
Go down
1 to 6.
Do some day drinking if you so choose, and enjoy live music.
Yeah, it's going to be great. The bands are awesome. I've worked with a couple of them, and through getting this whole program together, I've gotten to know some of the people in each band. They're awesome. I want to thank them all. Verge, Say Uncle, Jesse, Graves, and Diva. All of you. I appreciate you doing this for free for me.
Yeah,
and,
that's great.
Yeah.
And then you get the raffles going on. So you got a couple of raffles, right?
Yeah, I got a couple raffles. Some that'll just be there, and then there's 2 big raffles that you can still buy online. One of them is 2 4-packs to get the lead out at the Hanover Theater.
Wow.
And then I have an opportunity for somebody to win the Dropkick Murphys tickets for the St. Paddy's Day Fenway residency. They play the Fenway show 3 days.
Yeah.
And you can pick from any one of the days.
Oh, nice.
And you'll be put on an all-access pass. You'll get a signed promo poster.
Nice.
And possibly meet the band.
That's awesome.
And so
And did you reach out to them directly and just say,
yeah,
hey?
I happen to know the brother of the drummer.
Okay.
So Matt Kelly is the drummer of the Dropkicks, and Mike is a friend of mine who's his brother. So,
That's awesome.
I talked to him and got that set up. And I mean, just to thank the Dropkick Murphys, even though they're in Europe right now, so I know they won't be hearing me. Thank you guys so much. They worked this out on the flight to Europe.
Wow.
While they were flying to Europe for their Europe tour, they actually worked this out for me on the on the phone.
It's pretty awesome that, you reach out to them, they can help out. These bands are helping out. Halligan's is helping out. This is great how people are coming together.
Huge, yeah. Captain Ron's food truck will be there. Oh, that's
right. Got to mention the food.
Got to mention the food.
Captain Ron's food truck. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put a link up on our social media where you can buy tickets and check out information about the show and everything. So I'll put that on our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, the whole deal.
Sure.
And people can check up there, and they can also get their tickets through the link.
They can.
There, right. And get them in advance, or just show up on Sunday over there at Halligan's.
Yeah, and it's important to note that for the Dropkick Murphys and the Get the Let Out raffles, you can buy them online if you're not going to make it to the show.
Oh, good. So you can still contribute somehow.
So you can still get those opportunities to go to any one of those shows without having to show up, but they are double on online. So if you actually show up to the show and buy them, they're actually at half price. So instead of $20 a ticket for the Dropkick Murphys, you'll be able to get them for $10 a ticket.
Awesome.
Live.
All right, we'll put those links up on all of our social media. Check it out there. We'll post this interview shortly after the show if you missed any of it. Rocco Merolli, thank you very much for coming in. Again, it's Halligan's on Sunday, starts at 1, live music, food, the raffles we were talking about, all to go to Stiff Person Syndrome research. And we hope to see you over there. Rocco, thank you very much for coming in this morning. I appreciate
thanks for having me, Mike. It's really an honor to be here, and I appreciate your support.
Yeah.
And it's important to say that you're emceeing the event.
Yes, that's right. I'm more concerned about the food truck than me being there, right?
Yeah,
that's where you'll see me, at Captain Ron's food truck, pretty much.
Right. So if anything else, come down just because Mike Shoes emceeing the event.
Yeah,
for
please
me.
come down and say hi, and we'll do a little day drinking, and we'll help out SPS research. All right, Rocco, thank you so much for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.